So good evening, everyone. My name is Nisu Wishawanagba, commercially known as Raymond Two Hawks Watson, and I am Ponkapoag of the Massachusett Tribe, which is an American Aborigine tribe.
Excuse me, you have to slow down.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
It's not all over.
Okay.
I didn't get anything to say.
No problem. Traditional name is Nisu Wishawanagba, but commercially known as Raymond Two Hawks Watson. I am Ponkapoag, P-O-M-H-A-M, Sachem of the Massachusett Tribe, which are some of the Aboriginal inhabitants to this fantastic state currently known as Rhode Island. I was informed when I came in, because I had submitted a few letters in the past on behalf of the tribe, that in the report they had actually made mentions of reading the letters that I submitted, but that the kind of overall conclusion was that since we weren't a federally recognized tribe, I guess our voice didn't really have any impact. And that was very interesting to me, because that's not what I've understood the federal policy to actually say. So I'll just share a few information. Executive Order 13175, I went through in 2000, consultation and coordination with Indian tribal governments. It identifies or defines Indians based upon the Federal Recognition Indian Tribe List Act of 1994, more commonly known as 25 U.S.C. 479A. And if you look at Title 25, Chapter 14, Subsection 2, Section 450B, under definitions, they define an Indian tribe as any Indian tribe, band, nation, or other organized group or community, which is recognized as eligible for the special programs and services provided by the United States to Indians because of their status as Indians. So then what we do is go over to the Indian Health Services Indian Health Manual. And if you look at Section 2-1.2, persons eligible for IHS healthcare services, says a person may be regarded as eligible and within the scope of the IHS healthcare program if he or she is not otherwise excluded by provision of law and is, and it gives a few definitions. But the fourth definition is any other reasonable factor indicative of Indian descent. Now, this is very interesting because while the Coastal Resource Management Council is saying that we're not Indians, I guess, by federal law, Health and Human Services has already issued us healthcare cards because we are Indians. So if we are Indians by Indian Health Services, then that means we are Indians by Executive Order 13175, which would mean that Section 106 review process, and if you look at 3C, it says, for proposed undertakings on or affecting the tribal lands of an Indian tribe that has not assumed a Tribal Historic Preservation Office responsibility, the federal agency carries out consultation with the tribe's designated rep on the same basis as the State Historic Preservation Office. Now, I heard that the State Historic Preservation Office did give a document stating that there was no ancestral stuff there found. But then I also know that in the Fields Point Liquefaction Project Environmental Resource Report number 4, submitted by National Grid, in March of 2016, it's acknowledged that the land slated for development have been the habitation of Aboriginal peoples for thousands of years prior to European contact, and that at least 6 sites containing Aboriginal artifacts are located near the proposed project. So right now what I'm seeing is that there's a violation of Executive Order 13175, because we most certainly are an Indian tribe by federal definition, and I just gave you all of the definitions. We haven't been consulted, but the State Historic Preservation Office has been consulted, and it seems like by federal law in Section 106 that if the State Historic Preservation Office has been consulted, the tribe would need to be consulted as well. Just as another caveat as well, it should also be understood that the Narragansett Indian tribe, the federally recognized tribe's jurisdiction is in the southern part of the state. They have a reservation down there. Their service area is about 25 miles or so. So if this were down in that part of the state, then there might be some conversation. But since it's up here in Massachusett jurisdiction, we're the tribe that should be consulted on this process, and we have not. So I'm here to put it on the record. I'm going to resubmit these letters once again for your review. I'm very open to having conversation, but we do understand what the federal law says. We do understand how the process goes, and we will do what we have to do within our lawful duty to hold everyone accountable to following that process. So in our language, we say, That is to say, thank you very much for listening to me. And peace, Ganesh. I hope to be connecting with you all soon.